characters for superheroes, but how about your cast of villains? Who would be your favorite villain?
Well, he's not our biggest villain at Marveldom, but my favorite has always been Dr. Doom. And I'll tell you one funny thing about him. I don't know if you've ever thought of this. See, I like opening up your minds, helping to expand your minds and your intellect and so forth, and giving you things to think of you never thought of. Have you ever thought that Dr. Doom is really not a criminal because all he wants to do is rule the world? Now, any one of you could walk up to a policeman at any time outside and say, "Officer, I want to rule the world." He can't arrest you. It's not a crime to want to rule the world. I don't know why they make such a big thing about Dr. Doom being a bad person.
I agree.
Maybe I'm hopelessly naive.
And you look great, by the way. Let's go back over here. I think they got the mic working.
So, for your cameos in the movies, do you get to pick them or does someone pick them for you?
I would love to say that I create those cameos. Because then you would say to yourself, man, he's even better than I thought. But no, they'll say, Stan, we'd like you to come to the studio. We are ready to do your cameo. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. I go there. And they say, okay, stand over here, say that, thank you. Now go on, get home so you don't bother the actors. And the funny thing about it, I don't know if I've ever told you this, you have to go to wardrobe when you do a cameo, so they put up the right clothes on you. So there was a time, and this happened more than once actually, I'd come for a cameo or for something I was doing in a film, and I'd be wearing my usual jeans and sneakers and a white shirt and maybe a green sweater. And I'd walk into wardrobe and the wardrobe mistress would say, we have a green sweater for you and a white shirt and jeans and sneakers. And I'd say, well, great, I'm already wearing it. No, you can't wear yours. You have to put ours on. I have to take off what I'm wearing, put on the exact same thing. I don't know how movies ever make money.
Yes, hi, we'll go right here.
How'd you come up with Iron Man?
Say that again, sweetie.
How'd you come up with Iron Man?
Well, that's kind of strange. I was drunk with power. Because everything we had was selling well. The fans loved him. And I said, I wonder if I could make the fans love a character who represents everything that none of them care for. So at that when I came up with Iron Man, everybody was against the war. We hated munitions makers, things like that. We weren't too happy with rich people. So I said, I'm going to make him a billionaire. He makes weapons for the army. He does all the things that the teenagers hated at that time. And I'm going to make him like it. I love Iron Man. And I think I called him the Invincible Iron Man. I always feel you need an adjective for these characters. And that first Iron Man movie was so great. And the actor, Robert Downey Jr. I spoke to Downey the other day and I said, everybody calls you Robert. Does anybody ever call you Bob? And he said, sure, you can call me Bob or Bobo or Babu or Bob, whatever you want. So now I call him Babu.
Babu.
Yes, hi.
Thank you for coming, Stan. My question to you is, what is the most memorable piece you've ever written?
The most memorable thing I've ever written? I can't even say. I've written so many things, and you may not be aware of this, and this will come as a surprise to you. I am my biggest fan. I love everything I've written.
I think we're your biggest fans, right?
Thank you. I mean, sometimes I'll look at an old thing I wrote. It'll be laying around the desk and it'll draw someone and say, wow, that was good. I didn't realize I was so good. I get that reaction every time I read something.
You are so good. Yes. Next over here.
In all the movies you have been in, which one is your favorite?
Gee, that's a hard one. I got a big kick out of Mallrats, if you remember. But it wasn't I really had a role in the movie. Funny thing about that, in the movie I'm talking to the boy who was the lead, who was very unhappy because he was having trouble with his girlfriend. And I mentioned to him, I said, you know, I remember, this was in the movie. I said, I remember I once had a girlfriend and I lost her, but I've never forgotten her, and I think about her all the time, something like that. Well, I went home, and my wife said to me, now what is this about that girlfriend? And I learned you have to be very careful how you explain movies to your wife.
Yes, hi, right there.
Stanley, which was your most memorable quote that you have made?
Well, I would have to say one that must be memorable because people use it so much, and it's with great power comes great... Yeah, I forgot it. No. Comes great responsibility.
Oh my gosh.
I remember that I think it was Rhode Island. For some reason, I had to go to Rhode Island about 15 years ago. And I had to visit the district attorney. And I wasn't being arrested for anything.
Sure.
And on his door, as I walked into his office, was a little thing in bronze, and it said, with great power comes great responsibility. And he had taken it from the Spider-Man comic book. I was very impressed, you know. I had a district attorney who read Spider-Man.
Yes, hi. Where? Okay.
I was wondering, who were you modeling your characters after originally? Who was your inspiration for your characters?
That's an interesting question. I don't think so. I really think I dreamed them all up. I didn't know anybody really with the same personality as the Thing. Or the Green Goblin. No, they were all dreamed up, but I think when you're a writer and you create characters, all of the books you've read are somewhere in the back of your mind, and all of the people you know are in your memory. And I'm sure you think a little bit of this person and that person that you've read about or that you've known, but on a conscious level, I never really used, well, maybe one character, Reed Richards, who I tried to write it so that he talked too much, and he bored the Thing and Johnny and even Sue. They couldn't shut him up. He was always talking and explaining things. So I think I based him a little bit on me. Also, he was the smartest guy in the world, so I must have based him on me.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, we have time for 2 more questions. Yes.
My question is that out of all the Avengers, who would you consider to be the most human?
They're all human. By human, let's see what who's in the Avengers? Everybody. I wish I had a list of them in front of me. But I think Tony Stark, Iron Man, he's about as human as you come. He loves the women, he loves money.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'd say Tony Stark.
Good answer. Okay, last question over here.
Hi there. What was your inspiration for Deadpool, and what was it like to meet Ryan Reynolds, who started the movie?
Oh, I wish you hadn't asked that. I hate to say this, but I can't win them all. I did not create Deadpool. I wish I had. I love Deadpool. He's a brilliant character. I didn't create him. So I can't tell you what my inspiration for him was, except I just hate the guy who created him. Whose name I forget. But I do know him, I just forget. I don't have the greatest memory, and you may have realized that. What was the second part of that question?
The actor who played Deadpool.
Oh, the actor is wonderful. Oh, you know, I think one of the funniest lines in any superhero movie was in Deadpool, when he's fighting and shooting all these other bad guys, and he looks at the shells left in his gun, and he says, "I've only got 11 shells. You'll have to share." I think that was brilliant, whoever wrote that. See, I sometimes can even like what somebody else does.
Stan, do you have a character that is still inside you that you want to create now? Are there more things that you're working on?
Oh, millions of them. I have one. You'll see him in about a year. We're working on him at my company, Pow Entertainment. He's called the Annihilator. And I'm not allowed to tell you anything about him, but you're gonna love him. He'll be out in about a year or so, and he'll be my first brand new Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Iron Man type of superhero. So remember, the Annihilator.
You're so Grandpa. At the end of our hour here, Stan, and
We only get an hour?
it was even less than that. But I personally, I just love every second I get to spend with you, and I'm sure everyone out here feels the same way.
You realize the only reason I do it is to spend this intimate moment with you. Hey, you people are really... Oh, wait a minute. Do I see one empty seat up there? I'm not going to be here. There's an empty seat. You better fill that seat.
They ran down to take your picture.
Anyway, you are the greatest audience, the greatest fans. Thank you very much. And I don't want to forget to say the most important thing. Excelsior!